but definitely, I mean, we're very, very excited to unveil these new uniforms today. 5 different combinations or 5 sets, and we can combine them well over 1,500 different ways, I guess. We're still trying to figure that out. There's so many of them, but I'm just glad it's not my choice; it's their choice because I couldn't keep up with that headache.
Make you feel a little bit like the football team, the carbon fiber and all that?
Yeah, definitely, and that's what we got the look from, and we're just happy we're able to take the baseball script as well, the Duck script, and enhance on that, and also the new Duck logo. We incorporate that all into the design, and then some of our own things like pride, which is what we work on with our team, preparation, respect, tangibles, discipline, and execution, and then also OKCs on the shoes. So there's a lot of little things involved in the uniform that's going to help the players remind them why we work so hard every day.
How cool is it that you guys are able to have this and Nike was able to put this together?
I think it's really cool. I mean, it goes to show that Nike's interested in all their teams and not just football. They're very generous in what they provide. Obviously, they'd love to do more, but we understand that this hopefully will be a start of things to come.
You mentioned, I think, inside that it's been a long time in the making. How long was it in the making? What was the process? How much involvement did you have, and how did this come together?
Well, it's been about 1.5 years in the making. I was on a plane flight back, and I bumped into someone who was high up in Nike. I won't say who it was, but they said, we'll get someone in touch with you, and they did, and they followed up on it, and I worked with Hal Melhart in designing, and there's several other designers came down, so it was a whole process that took well over 1.5 years, so it was kind of very exciting.
So you kind of got it going?
Yeah, in a nutshell, I suppose. It kind of got it going, and we just started building on it, and it was good to follow through.
Why was it important for you to take that initiative?
Because someone has to do something. If you wait and wait and wait, sometimes you get swept under the carpet a little bit. But taking the initiative and saying that we needed an update on our uniforms instead of getting 1 or 2 at a time, we decided, hey, this is great. We just revamped the whole uniform system, and we got 5 new sets.
This was obviously a huge surprise for the girls. They weren't expecting it. Were they nervous at all? What were they kind of thinking when you gathered them all into that room?
They probably thought they were in trouble. But then I think probably the TV cameras gave some things away, and they were getting pretty excited in the end. But we did a really good job of keeping it a secret, I think, and so it was just good to see their expressions and how happy they were.
Are there functional advantages, technology-wise, in these uniforms over just obviously looking good?
No, they are. There's a lot of technical advantages, especially in the knee and the wear areas. In the back, the way it, when you bend down, it hugs your lower back. Real important for a catcher. There's also breathability in the back of the uniform and the front of the uniform, all the hot areas in your uniform where you get hot. So there's a lot of form and function to that.
You're looking good. Now you got to back it up. Starting Thursday, right?
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
quick there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we can look good. We look good on paper too. Trust me. So we got 7 good freshmen coming in this year. So. But it's all going to tell what happens between the white lines, and we're just excited and can't wait to get out there and play someone else other than ourselves.
How exciting is it, to get back on after what happened last year, and the finish and all that?
Yeah, we definitely want to build upon what happened last year, and our goal this season is to win a championship, and whether it's the Pac-12 or whether it's the College World Series. I think that either one is just as difficult because the Pac-12, as you know, is extremely hard in softball. And so we just want to win that championship.
As far as on the players you lost from last year, Kelsey Chambers and Lindsey Chambers, how are you replacing them, especially at that shortstop position from what Kelsey provided?
Yeah, well, we have a returning junior in Courtney Seo who came in as a shortstop. So Courtney's been working very hard, came back from her second MCL repair, and looks excellent right now. So we feel pretty confident. We've got Corinne Shaver as a backup, a freshman behind her. Lindsay over at third base. We've got 3 people right now working at third base: Danica Mercado, Stevie Joe Knapp, and Jamie Ray Sullivan. So we feel good in those areas as well. And also we lost Christy Nieto, who was she was a JC transfer senior. But we've got some big sticks in the lineup to replace her as well.
And in the circle, you're not bad.
We're doing pretty good. I mean, obviously Jess Moore is the workhorse for us, and she's been tremendous over her 4-year career, and we're just so excited to see her in this senior season. I know she's raring to go. She's taken a lot of leadership as in the role of being that senior pitcher. She's working hard with our freshman pitcher, Sheridan Hawkins, who's a left-hander, so that gives us a lot of options. And then, of course, Chris Hovengay, who was with the Canadian national team last summer. So I feel really good about our pitching staff.
Once you get to the level that you guys obtained last year, it's hard to maintain that. How do you guard against complacency and kind of instilling that it did take a lot of pretty damn hard work to get to that point?
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to take a bit of football's mantra there. Win the day. For us, it's one game at a time. Win the game and see what happens. We got to respect every opponent, and that's why we got to play it one inning, one pitch at a time. I mean, it's a cliche, but really that's what we can control, and that's what we have to focus on: is not getting too far ahead of ourselves. And understand that getting to the World Series is a process; it doesn't just happen. And so we got to come out from day one and play hard and play strong.
You guys still have about a month until you start playing here. So how tough is it playing away from your home field for so long in the preseason?
It's difficult, obviously, because the conditions are different. It's obviously going to be warmer in Tempe, Arizona, and the infield's a lot harder than we're used to. But the ladies are pretty adaptable. I mean, we've got to. I'm sure we're able to adjust to those types of things. And the travel part of it, some ways it's exciting. It's that 4th and 5th week where it gets. We want to go home for a little bit, So, but right now it's we're just excited to get out there and start playing some softball. We don't really care where it's at. We just want to play.
What about just the mental mindset? I mean, now, as a College World Series participant, every team is going to look at you and go, if we win, we've beaten the College World Series participant. You're going to get everybody's best shot.
Absolutely, and that's good. That's going to make us tougher, and that's why we've picked up a tough schedule again, playing Oklahoma, Florida, and several other top 10 teams that we're going to play during the season, because we know we'd rather see them now than see them in that final week of the season. And we want to get prepared for them and find out what they have, just as much as they want to find out about us. And also it'll test our hitters. It'll test our hitters, it'll test our pitchers and our fielders, and we've got to be ready to step up and take it to them.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Mike.